Welcome to a Let's Play of Daikatana Episode 0. Episode 0 starts us off with some information about the game and what I'm running it on. If you just want the Let's Play itself, go ahead and jump to Episode 1. First thing I want to declare is that I've never played this game. During the late 90s and early 2000s, my time on first-person shooters was more spent playing all the other FPS games, but never this one. Daikatana was something I saw often talked about, but the game itself flew under the radar, so this playthrough would be 100% blind. I'm sure vets of the game will enjoy watching me screw things up. Work on Daikatana began in April 1997, and John Romero claimed the game could be completed in 7 months. This was a bold claim as the game contained a huge amount of content, more so than Quake did, and that took 6 months. Daikatana was shown off at an E3 in 1997. It was running in software mode without 3D acceleration, making it look outdated, while the Quake 2 engine was being shown off at the same time with full hardware acceleration and more striking visuals. During this time, ads for Daikatana were being published on big red posters with black letters saying, "John Romero's about to make you his bitch," with nothing else on the poster other than the Ion Storm and IDOS logo along with "Suck It Down" sitting snugly between them. John Romero dropped the Christmas 1997 release and waited for the Quake 2 engine to become available for his team to use and rescheduled the release for March 1998. When the Ion Storm team acquired the source code for Quake 2, they discovered that all the work they did for 11 months had to be scrapped as the code base was entirely different. Ion Storm finished the new build to Quake 2 in January 1999. A quote from Ion Storm, "Come hell or high water, the game will be done on February 15th, 1999. End quote. The deadline was missed, but a deathmatch multiplayer demo was released that failed to impress an audience wanting a single-player campaign. To put this into perspective, a payload of games were released before Daikatana. Unreal in April 98, Half-Life in November 98, System Shock 2 in August 99, Unreal Tournament in November 99, Quake 3 Arena in December 99, Thief the Dark Project in November 98, and Thief 2 The Metal Age in March 2000, DSX in June 2000. All of these games were highly praised as they all did something different from each other while still holding on fantastic visuals and polished levels. Later that year of 1999, Ion Storm ran another E3 demo, but it ran at 12 frames a second. The demo was considered a flop and put Ion Storm into a crisis. IDOS, as the parent company that backed Ion Storm for $44 million, stepped in and took major ownership of Ion Storm. Daikatana reached gold on April 21, 2000, and finally put the release on Windows May 24, 2000. The final patch, version 1.2, was released September 29, 2000, and in 2001, Ion Storm's offices closed. John Romero, however, did give out the source code to the community, letting them fix bugs and port to other platforms. The reception of Daikatana was less than glowing. Its current game rankings score is 54.08%, sandwiching it between Nightwatch and the Sacred Rings. One of the big selling points Daikatana tried to make was your AI sidekicks. Some of the levels were critical in using the AI sidekicks to finish them, however the sidekicks were fairly buggy due to bad implementation. The name Daikatana means big sword, and it was an item in a Dungeons & Dragons campaign played by the original members of id Software. In that D&D game, Romero's character held the Demonicron, which had been stated to never let a demon get a hold of this book. John Carmack wanted to test Romero's resolve by having the devil offer him great power and the Daikatana, one of the most powerful weapons in that D&D game. Even after the distressed pleas of everyone else in the group, Romero gave the book to the devil. After some dice rolls, John Carmack declared, "Everyone's dead. That's it. We're done." Later on, Romero apologized for the infamous "about to make you his bitch" ad. Romero stated in an interview that, quote, "Up until that ad, I felt I had a great relationship with the gamer and game development community, and that ad changed everything. That stupid ad. I regret it and I apologize for it." End quote. Though to this day, I'm sure he still gets flack for it. For my side of things, I'll be playing it with some community polish. I'll be running this on Linux Mint 18.1 through Lutris, which has a handy auto-installer to use Daikatana 1.3. 1.3 is a community effort to fix up the game and also let it run natively on Linux, macOS, along with newer versions of Windows. Be sure to get the GOG version of Daikatana if you do this, as Lutris currently only has the auto-installer for 1.3 with the GOG files and not over Steam. The auto-installer also applies fixed-up maps and textures, so things might not be as rough around the edges, but again, this is a blind playthrough. And as a final note, on April 25th, 2016, John Romero and Adrian Carmack got together for a Kickstarter under the company Nightwork Games. Their goal was to make a horror FPS. The goal was $700,000. However, on April 29th, they canceled the Kickstarter. The statement for why they canceled the Kickstarter is a backer-only post. However, it's been passed around enough. The summary of the post says they are pausing to make a playable demo before going any further. See you in episode 1, where I actually play this beast.